to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. You've arrived here at the end of a long day, seeking a gentle place to rest. Take a moment to settle in, allowing your muscles to loosen and your breath to slow. As you listen, you can imagine a world where an old stone tower sits high on a lonely hill, lit from within by a warm fire and surrounded by the gentle hush of raindrops tapping at ancient windows. The story that follows will take you into that tower, guiding you through a peaceful evening where the small flicker of hope and magic glimmers in every shadow. For now, simply close your eyes if you wish, or soften your gaze, letting your shoulders drop and your jaw loosen. In this tranquil space, allow each deep breath to dissolve the day's tension, leaving you calm and expectant of the quiet wonders ahead. Feel the comfort of your resting place, whether it's your bed or a cozy chair. Tune into your breathing, soft, steady inhales, followed by slower, deeper exhales. With each breath, notice how your mind can float a little, drifting away from worries and responsibilities. Know that there's nothing you need to do right now, except relax and listen. Imagine you're preparing to enter a dreamlike landscape of gentle rain, soft candlelight, and the soothing whispers of a fireside tale told on a misty night. You may sense the warmth of blankets or picture the glow of embers on the hearth. In your next exhale, let any lingering tension melt away. If thoughts come, gently acknowledge them and send them on their way, like leaves drifting on a still pond. Now let yourself slip gently into another time, another place, leaving all pressure behind. Tonight, your journey will take you into an old, stone-built tower where a soft fire crackles amid deep shadows. You'll encounter the hush of distant thunder, the patter of rain on weathered stones, and a gentle tale that invites you to float deeper into rest. So breathe in calm, breathe out any cares. Trust that you are safe, relaxed, and ready for a story that will lull your mind toward peaceful slumber. In a land where rolling hills shimmer with silver blue grasses whenever rain tickles their surface, there stands an ancient tower. It is a humble shape on the horizon, a lone sentinel carved from weathered stones, rising at the crest of a winding path. Long ago it was part of a grand fortress, but now only this tower remains, quietly watching over the countryside. Moss and vine have climbed its walls, weaving nature's tapestry across the time-worn blocks. For centuries, the tower's sole guardian has been a sturdy oak door, faintly curved at the top and marked by a rustic iron handle that glimmers in the lantern light on rainy evenings. On this particular night, clouds have gathered with a gentle hush, sending soft droplets cascading across the land. A deep, resonant sky overhead holds the promise of a lasting rain, and the earthy scent of damp soil mixes with the faint sweetness of distant lavender fields. Above the old tower, the wind coaxes the clouds into a gentle dance, swirling about the turret as though the tower itself is a magnet for weather of all sorts. Each raindrop that taps against the stones seems to leave behind a note, a delicate reminder that nature, in all its rhythms, holds the tower gently in its embrace. Within the tower's thick walls lies a single circular chamber, warmed by a cozy fireplace. Stone steps lead up to a small, round turret room above, but the heart of the space rests on the ground floor, around the hearth. Thick tapestries hang on the walls, their colors muted by time, but still faintly showing woodland scenes of deer and foxes, woven in tones of russet, gold, and green. The quiet hum of the storm outside mingles with the soft crackling of the logs in the fireplace, the flames dancing in calming shades of orange and gold. Lanterns placed at intervals along the walls cast gentle halos of light that shimmer and flicker with each stray breath of air. Tonight, someone finds refuge in this tower, a person who has known many journeys through this land of gently rolling hills. Having come in from the gentle downpour, this traveler has carefully slipped through the oak door and found the dim, welcoming interior. Cloaked in a worn but sturdy traveling coat, they place their walking staff against the wall and gently wipe droplets from their hood. The logs in the fireplace snap softly as if greeting this newcomer. The traveler sets their belongings aside, removes heavy boots, and stretches weary feet toward the fire's warmth. A sense of relief passes through them. It's a peaceful relief, a moment free from urgency or haste. In this safe haven, they can unwind, lulled by the dance of fire and rain. Sheltered from the storm, they place a kettle of water near the fire's edge. The metal container is dented from many years of use, but it has never failed to heat a comforting drink. Tonight, a soft herbal tea steeped with chamomile and a hint of lavender is on their mind, a gentle potion to calm the senses. The traveler leans back, letting the tower's gentle hush envelop them. The crackling wood and the melodic patter of rain on stone lull them deeper into comfort. No rush stirs here. The traveler's eyes grow softer, lingering on the room's tapestry scenes. Warm light caresses the woven deer under shimmering moonbeams, while in the corner, a fox peeks out from behind a tree. The patterns feel alive, as though a story could be told simply from the tapestry's motifs. Occasionally, a soft roll of thunder curls around the tower, like a cat settling down for a nap. Outside, the storm's continuous patter only accentuates the snugness within. As the kettle begins to steam, the traveler pulls out a small pouch of tea leaves, sprinkling them into a waiting cup. Almost ceremoniously, the water is poured, releasing fragrant wisps of steam that mingle with the tower's centuries-old air. Each breath draws in the herbal aroma, and with it comes a sense of timelessness, of old stone walls that have seen countless seasons, each one carrying its own stories and whispers. As the traveler sips this comforting tea, they settle onto a cushioned bench near the hearth. The bench has seen its share of visitors, the wood smoothed by decades, the cushions lovingly patched and repatched. A heavy woolen blanket draped over the side is pulled around the traveler's shoulders. Outside, the lightning flickers now and then, illuminating rain-slick stones. But inside the tower, warmth and contentment bloom. From a small leather pouch at the traveler's side, an odd collection of treasures emerges. An old quill, a small bundle of dried flowers, and a folded piece of parchment with the faint outline of a crest pressed into its surface. The crest bears a curled ivy leaf entwined around a crescent moon. This symbol has held significance in the traveler's life for many years, though it's kept like a secret, waiting to be fully shared. A thoughtful hush settles over them. Perhaps on a calmer day, the traveler might read old writings or pen new ones, but for tonight, the only script is that of the rain, the glow of embers, and the gentle comfort of the space. Every once in a while, the traveler's attention drifts back to the tower's walls. There, by the flickering lantern light, a faint pattern emerges, almost as if the stones themselves are inscribed with swirling vines and abstract shapes. These markings, partly hidden by age and lichen, spark the traveler's curiosity. The traveler imagines generations before, a master stonemason patiently carving these designs, perhaps as a warding symbol for protection or a simple artistic flourish. Nothing about them seems alarming. Instead, the flourishes add to the silent welcome, a gesture from history to the present, weaving them into the tapestry of the tower's story. Midway through finishing the tea, the traveler notices that the rainfall is picking up, growing in steady rhythm. Yet, oddly, it's not a cause of worry. Every drop against the stone resonates as a lullaby, reminding them that cozy shelter can be found even in the loneliest spots. Time drifts onward, marked only by the steady glow of embers. The traveler's mind grows quieter, the day's concerns evaporating in the warmth. At last, the traveler sets down the teacup, pulls the blanket tighter, and rests for a moment, lulled toward a gentle doze. A rustling sound from above nudges the traveler's attention. There's an old story about a seldom seen keeper of the tower, a gentle spirit or caretaker who ensures the place remains a haven for weary wanderers. Some say it's a wise raven who roosts in the rafters. Others believe it to be a quiet caretaker who lives in the small room at the top of the stairs. The traveler senses no threat, only the possibility that they are not alone. Perhaps the tower itself is alive with a watchful presence. Nothing stirs further, though, and that small, mysterious sound ceases as quickly as it came. Comforted by this subtle reminder that something intangible yet kindly dwells here, the traveler closes their eyes again, feeling the fire's heat drifting over their face. Days of journeying through fields, hills, and forested paths linger in the traveler's memory. Images of rustling leaves, dappled sunlight, and quiet streams flicker like half-remembered dreams. Those recollections hold no urgency, only a gentle sense of meandering from one horizon to the next, gathering experiences like polished stones. Tonight's respite feels well-earned, and the traveler's eyes occasionally grow heavy. The tower's chamber feels timeless, as though it belongs to another realm. Flickering shadows on the stone walls breathe softly with each shift of flame. Each scratch of a dying ember carries with it a hint of the countless stories that must have been shared in this very spot, a tapestry of voices, laughter, and quiet reflection woven through the ages. This is a place of peace, a sanctuary from storms both literal and metaphorical. Outside, the storm builds in slow, rolling waves. Sheets of rain sweep across the landscape, drenching the roads, fields, and meadows beyond. Within the tower, the air smells of cedar smoke and damp wool. Now and then, a gust of wind sends a spray of raindrops against the window's glass, creating a delicate percussion. The traveler observes the patterns forming rivulets, mesmerized by the play of water and light. It's almost hypnotic, a dance of nature's artistry that draws the mind ever inward, deeper into that gentle hush. In the midst of this reverie, the traveler begins recalling a legend associated with the tower, a story passed down through hushed fireside conversations. In this legend, it's said that on stormy nights, the tower can reveal hidden passageways. Some travelers claim to have found small archways beneath the stair, leading to secret rooms where long-lost scrolls whispered of ancient alliances between humans and forest guardians. Others spoke of a narrow corridor with spiral steps descending into the earth, leading to a quiet spring whose waters glow with moonlight. Though no one can confirm these tales definitively, the traveler can't help but feel intrigued by the notion that the tower might hold more secrets than it lets on. Feeling a mild curiosity, the traveler rises, still wrapped in the woolen blanket. With slow, deliberate steps, they move toward the curved staircase that spirals up the tower's inner wall. The stones underfoot are cool and well-worn, shaped by footsteps from centuries past. The traveler places a hand on the railing, a sturdy wooden banister polished by time, warm to the touch despite the chill of the stone. Step by step, the traveler ascends, glancing at the flickering light that follows them upward until they reach a small landing. There, a window reveals a sweeping view of the rain-drenched countryside. In the soft glow of the storm's distant flashes, the traveler can see the rolling meadows and the faint outline of a far-off forest. Thick drops of water blur the panes, smearing the horizon into abstract shapes. For a moment, the traveler stands entranced, marveling at the blend of tranquility and mystery that the night sky offers, listening to the steady rhythm of raindrops on the window's window's frame. Beyond the landing, a short ladder leads up to the tower's turret room, where the traveler imagines old supplies might be stored. Lanterns, maps, and maybe a dusty trunk with a hidden scrap of parchment. Although curiosity arises, the traveler feels content to remain in the lower chamber this night, close to the warm, crackling fire. So gently turning from the window, the traveler descends once more, guided by the amber glow below, returning to the hearth's comforting radiance. Settling back onto the bench, the traveler notices the subtle hush that has now settled over the tower. The wind outside has shifted into a gentler tempo. Though the rain continues, it's steadier, less driven by gusts. Occasionally, a light thunder rumbles in the distance, a soothing bass note that underscores the meditative quiet within these walls. The logs in the fireplace have begun to collapse into a bed of glowing coals, their warmth radiating strongly despite their dwindling form. Embraced by this soothing calm, the traveler allows their mind to drift, daydreaming about meandering paths and the possibility that tomorrow, once the rain lessens, they might wander farther into the valleys below. Perhaps they will discover a quaint village with a friendly inn or a cluster of wild fruit trees, or a hidden glen where mushrooms of every hue decorate the forest floor. The tower seems to offer its silent blessing to those who depart from it after a night of rest, as though the stones themselves whisper, "Go forth gently." In that moment, the rustle from above returns, more distinct than before. It's a soft sound, like the quiet step of bare feet on polished floors, or the flutter of a bird's wings. A subtle shift of air stirs the corners of the room. The traveler's gaze turns upward, half expecting to see a swirl of shadow or the faint outline of a caretaker spirit. Yet only the faint glow of lantern light reveals itself. If there is a presence here, it remains shy, content to ensure the comfort and safety of this guest without making itself known. Reassured, the traveler leans back, letting the blanket drape in gentle folds. A few small logs remain, stacked beside the hearth. One is added to the fire, prompting a cascade of dancing sparks that rise up the chimney. The fresh wood crackles, sending new waves of amber light across the tower's circular walls. Shadows stretch and shrink as though they are alive and curious, peering around corners to observe the traveler. Each flicker of flame reveals more of the tapestry's detail, the weaving glints of golden thread catching the light like distant stars. Time softens into a gentle blur. The traveler's eyes close, then open, only to close again as the hum of rain soothes the spirit and invites rest. In this state, the traveler's mind floats along a dreamlike path, imagining a moment from the tower's past. Once upon a time, a young scholar may have sat in this same spot, reading by candlelight while storms raged outside. Or perhaps a wandering bard once told ancient legends here, weaving verses into the night air. The traveler senses these traces of the past lingering, not as ghosts, but as friendly echoes, humming along the margins of the warm, fire-lit space. Another roll of thunder, more distant now, resonates through the night, and the traveler's eyelids grow heavier. The comforting sense of being sheltered in a gentle, ancient refuge allows any lingering tensions to unravel. With each slow, steady breath, the traveler dips closer to the threshold between wakefulness and sleep, that sweet space where dreams begin to form. The tower's watchful presence remains constant, like a guardian guiding the weary mind toward tranquility. Outside, the storm continues, weaving a tapestry of raindrops and wind gusts over the hills. Little streams form along the winding paths, collecting in puddles that glisten in intermittent flashes of lightning. Under this veil of rain, the land softens into a hush. The midnight flowers, folded in on themselves, wait for morning's kiss of light. The forest creatures tuck themselves away, safe in hollows and burrows, lulled by the gentle timbre of rainfall. Within the tower, the fire's crackling has become a subtle, almost melodic sound. The low flame continues to shift and dance, but in a subdued way, as though matching the serene hush of the traveler. The woolen blanket warmed by the body beneath it cocoons them in softness. The traveler's breathing is calm and effortless, a soothing in and out that aligns with the heartbeats of centuries past. A contented sigh escapes the traveler's lips, an unspoken acknowledgement of peace. In the hush of that moment, a soft glow forms near the tapestry, where a hidden window or a subtle shift in the lantern's light might cause a gentle reflection. It gives the impression that the woven deer are bounding away through moonlit meadows, that the tiny fox is peering out with silent curiosity. The illusions of movement soothe rather than startle, as though the tapestry invites the traveler to wander further into a reverie of woodland paths and hidden glades. There is no hurry, no pressing matter to resolve, only the spell of an old tower on a rainy night, conjuring up the small wonders that dwell in quiet corners of the mind. Slowly, the traveler drifts deeper into rest, lulled by that timeless sense of protection held within ancient stones. The old stories swirl gently, each a lullaby of their own, accompanied by the patter of rain and the lull of nighttime. The caretaker presence remains discreet, watching over the traveler with a benevolent stillness. If a slight breeze stirs the edges of the tapestry, it only adds to the enchantment. If a single droplet manages to find its way through a narrow crack, it taps softly on the floor, like the lightest knock on a hidden door. All of it converges into a harmonious lull, inviting the soul to surrender to the deeper currents of slumber. At some point in that deepening hush, the traveler slips fully into a place of half dream, half wakeful warmth. The dozing mind drifts to a memory of bright meadows in early spring, of the perfume of lilacs, and a sky that glowed faintly with pastel dawn colors. In this dream, the tower stands as well, but surrounded by green vines in full bloom, and a gentle swirl of butterflies that catch the morning light. It's a scene as quietly magical as tonight's hush, with no sense of hurry or worry. The rain continues its lullaby through the passing hours, while the traveler's slumber deepens into a nearly motionless calm. Somewhere in the hours approaching midnight, the wind outside shifts direction, bringing a fresh breeze that mixes with the sweet fragrances of wet grass and distant pine. The swirling air momentarily dances around the fire, causing its embers to flicker with renewed spirit. Yet nothing disrupts the gentleness, and the embers soon settle back to a slow, steady glow. A sense of timelessness envelops the tower, gently holding the sleeping traveler in a cocoon of warmth and quiet. One could imagine that by morning, the storm will have passed, leaving a world refreshed by water and glimmering in the dawn's light. The traveler might stir, greet the day, and carry on toward the next valley. But for now, the only calling is the call to rest, to dream, to float peacefully through the hush of night. Now let us gently turn our focus away from the traveler, away from the tapestry and the fire, allowing the images to blur into a soft haze. The slow dance of the flames, the patter of rain, and the gentle hush of the tower all merge in a lullaby that beckons us into restful sleep. Each breath in brings calm. Each breath out releases any lingering care. You may feel your shoulders ease, your eyelids grow heavy, and your thoughts become pleasantly distant. Feel the weight of the day melting away, drifting like mist in the presence of a warm fire. The softness of the blanket, the slow crackle of the hearth, all these gentle details now cradle you, inviting your muscles to settle into comfort. There is no need to hold on to anything. Let any residual tension cascade out of your body. Let the tower's protective walls shelter you as you embark on your own journey into dreams. In this peaceful space, you can allow your mind to wander into deep slumber. No demands wait here. No sounds intrude beyond the soft murmur of rain and the final fading whispers of the storm. Breathing gently, you sink into an ever deeper calm, where the boundary between waking and dreaming becomes thin and inviting. Let yourself slip below that boundary, feeling the gentle grace that comes with true rest. May the night watch over you with kindness, and may your dreams be filled with warmth, tranquility, and the steady rhythm of raindrops on ancient stone. As you lie in stillness, imagine the tower's comforting glow surrounding you, the hush of centuries lulling you to sleep. Let the last sparks of the fire guide you quietly across the threshold of dreams, and let the gentle patter of rain be your companion through the night's hours. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well and drift into the peaceful realm of dreams. May you find yourself gently cradled in the warmth of the old stone tower, safe from the rain and comforted by the soft glow of embers until the morning light. Rest deeply now and carry the hush of this night with you into a serene slumber. Sleep well.